back in week 3. The Eagles lost the thriller in their first game against the football team. Can Washington do it again? Find out next.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in week 16. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
The numbers for Sanders last week: 13 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown. Second down, back to Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense because, you know, those big guys up front are doing work. But now the goal is to get to 10. And don't for a second think that the defense doesn't know that. They'd like to do their best to keep him at the end zone in this one.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And looking for a lane, but none to be found for Sanders as they stop him short of the line to gain. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. These 2 teams, you might recall, met up back in September in week 3, and it was Washington winning on the road, so they're looking to finish off the sweep here at FedEx Field. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
From the gun on 3rd down, Chambers toward the sideline. Did he keep the... He got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long, had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. 16 carries, 80 yards, and a touchdown.
They've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Chambers. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Off the play fake. Chambers. They'll roll him out right. Gonna throw deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Scramble drill there, partner. Some teams have some pretty good rules for it. Others are just saying make sure you work your way back into the sight lines of your quarterback, even if you take the play deep. And that's what they attempted to do on that one, unable to connect.
On 3rd down, Chambers. And he comes back with one complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 15-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Looking to throw. Chambers. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. Touchdown! Antonio Gibson with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Looking here for Smith downfield. Oh, a leap and he will make
Ma perché non
the catch.
salta?
And he'll get inside of Washington's 15 before being taken down. A big play there for Philly. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. 2nd and 4. Now a carry for Sanders. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll set up a throw. Touchdown, Eagles! Dallas Goedert with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Clay Brooks to return it. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after 1. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Here's a give to Gibson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They go play action here on 1st down. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And Washington has taken the lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7 as they come up 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. 2nd down, back to Sanders. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Goedert. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st down. It's Sanders. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Richards. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
The Eagles on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
Ya.
It's well struck.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
To throw on 2nd down. Chambers. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. On to punt, Jamie Gillen. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Second down, back to Sanders.
And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
You know, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down.
That's swung out wide to Sanders.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And once again, this is Sanders.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man complete. That's Watkins. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Back to throw again. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
And this is caught. Touchdown. Wait, hold a second here. A flag down. Let's see if this will stand. Ouch. Could have been a game-tying touchdown. They'll have to hold on that at least for now.
Ouch in a big way. Like ripping the Band-Aid off there. Can they let the sting subside and come back and get it done?
Again, he'll drop to throw. His pass caught at the 4. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. He'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half.
Amore mio.
And we'll see what they want to
Non lo dà un
do.
bacino.
45 seconds is all that remains
Dai!
until the break.
Amore, ma se te lo dice papà. Ma sono spariti.
Chambers. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. They don't want to repeat a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter
Oggi
number 3.
l'ho presa ieri e fra 10 giorni.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic. I think at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Off play action. Chambers. That is caught by Lamb. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
To throw on third down, Chambers. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
42 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Chambers. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he's brought down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He said, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Gibson will take this one in. Touchdown, Washington. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. But you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads into bigger errors.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Amore, ha fatto la puzzetta. Pure lei le fa, È normale.
They go again with Huntley. And he will lose yardage.
È normale che anche Arreda le faccia.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7.
Ecco Alma.
Officially a loss of 1.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Chambers. Gates with a grab. And he is out of bounds right around the 34.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter
ferma
become defensive
un opossum,
just playing
un
not to
opossum,
lose.
vero?
This team, you got to
È
figure
lei
at this
perché è
point,
comodona,
this
gli
is a
piace
great
stare
spot
lì,
for them to go into
lì.
attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and
Patat
finish this one
gnoccoletta
off.
come cresci pure tu.
They'll run on first down.
Una storia?
And he can
Ok,
only
finisco
manage
qua e
to
te la
get a couple.
racconto.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Vai.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Off play action. Chambers rolling to his right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, you know, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Now Gibson. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Off the play fake. Chambers. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Throwing on 1st down. Chambers. He's got it to Gibson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
On 1st and 10, Chambers. Caught by Gates, left side. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. That time a 9-play drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man has got it, the tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Buonissimo.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now back to throw. And the throw there going to be Incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Back to throw now on first down. Lega catches it left side. 7 yards, the pickup there. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
2nd and 3. He's got Watkins on the out route. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 30.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout. And
nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack. They'll set up to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You definitely would like to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
He's got Smith here. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the end, carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Sì, amore, aspetta che finisco.
The Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Well, I think that the folks here at home that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. And he's going to be brought down back in his own 6-yard line. Montez Sweat, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
The coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down.
Tu ancora devi andare a comprare il regalo. Io amore alle 3 devo lavorare. Cioè, ma io alle 3 devo stare in redazione oggi, davvero. Perché le dirette iniziano alle 3:30. No. Però loro le porti tu quando esci. Amore, io la macchina ce l'ho se tu vai,
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense.
Trattali bene.
Because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play.
Alma, sono di Anita quelli,
Exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And his throw is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They'll throw again from their own end zone. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. And this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters, and this second.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered, because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you've got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
And this one is incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So a victory here for the Washington football team. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break.